Yeah, I smelled it on you. What are you doing on this side of town?
Well, damn, you acting like you know already. What's wrong with you?
Nothing at all. Just here visiting Benny.
Oh, Benny stays on this side of town? Where does he live? Not in these buildings.
Yes, in these buildings. Who do you know that lives over here, Lisa?
You sure are asking a lot of questions.
Not really.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Wesley from A-Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram at A-Connection TV. I'm on Facebook too, but I don't really utilize Facebook. Like this video, leave comments under this video, and subscribe, right? Because all things are free to do, and when you do one of the three or three of the three, YouTube acknowledges this little video and promotes it to the world so that more people can see it and view it. Anyways, I wanted to talk on a life topic because there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in my world, and things have shifted and changed. I no longer speak to individuals. Individuals no longer speak to me. I'm meeting new individuals, you know, and I am trying to discover friendships, trying to acknowledge or accept or receive friendships, right? We live in a world where everyone is so quick, or majority of the people that I come across are so quick to label me as a friend or label anyone they meet as a friend because there's a likeness that they have toward the other person. Me, on the other hand, there are things that need to occur for me to call you friend. There are things that need to happen for us to get to that stage in our life or relationship, whether it be a long boat or a small canoe, right? And so I wanted to discuss a couple of things with you guys, and maybe you can adopt similar connections despite our differences, or maybe no. I don't know, but let's discuss. Should friendships be unconditional, or should there be conditions? Okay, and now let's start this off by establishing what the definition of unconditional means. Not subject to any conditions, okay? Whether it's love, support, or surrender, it's something unconditional. It's absolute and not subject to any special terms or conditions. It'll happen no matter what else happens, all right? We're going to do one about unconditional relationships or unconditional dating. Yeah, I have a lot to say about that. But let's talk about friendships, right? Because how many friends do we have? How many friends do I have? I have a lot of associates. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of buddies. I have a lot of friends. There's a difference, okay? For me, this is for me. I'm not saying you need to adopt this definition for you, but this is for me. Not everyone is called a friend by this person right here, okay? Because we need to go through a couple things before I can even do that. And even when going through said trials and tribulations, and you establish this particular person to be a friend, that relationship could change, things could change, and it not be the same anymore, right? So, question number one. Should friendships be unconditional? Right out the gate? No. I'll honestly say that no, there should be conditions to friendships, all right? Because do you want to befriend somebody that's a murderer? Do you want to befriend somebody that sleeps with your boyfriend or sleeps with your girlfriend? Do you want to befriend somebody that beats up your mother? You know, do you want to befriend somebody that steals from you, right? Do you want to befriend someone that attacks you physically, like Natalie did to Scotty on Baddies? No, I don't think there's anyone out there saying that, yeah, Wes, I'll still be that person's friend if they did that, you know? But those would be conditions. And so, by definition, no friendship should be unconditional. I would probably say no relationship or any ship should be unconditional. Like, you know, a lot of people want to say that love is unconditional. What? Let's talk about it. All right, so friendships. I believe that friendships are not unconditional. And there are a lot of friendships that I have, or every friendship that I have is not unconditional. Like, for example, my bestie of 30 years. She can't just do anything to me and I'll be okay with it. No, that's not how it works. Even after 30 years, there are some things that could break us apart. And I think the most important thing to understand with dealing with people is realizing what those boundaries or those conditions are, since we're speaking in the term of condition and unconditional. What are those conditions for said person? Because everyone is different, right? For me, I feel like when it comes to calling someone a friend, I feel like I could call you a friend after knowing you for at least a year or so. A year and some change, right? Because within that year and some change, you and I have probably gone through a couple of things. If we're trying to be friends, and if we are in that happy space where we're proclaiming each other to be friend, and within a year, you and I have probably gone through some scenarios that can bring us closer and give us that bond that would make one of us or both of us call each other friend, right? And so for me, I feel like that's the first kind of like guide to seeing if the friendship is possible. Now, some people may be out there like, Wes, I've known someone for 6 months or I've known someone for 3 months and I call them my friend. That's you. That's how you feel about it. And if that works for you, that works for you. Me, we need to see where this is going, right? So if after a year, we're still the same, we're chumming it up, yeah, friendship is possible, right? Is it possible to supersede that and be friends sooner? Sure. Some life-defining kind of scenario could have happened. This is changing the lighting of me, isn't it? Yeah, because I'll keep the hoodie on. Some life-defining situation could have occurred. Then y'all will be like, oh my God, this is my bestie. Like, someone could have saved your life, or someone could have hooked you up with the love of your life, or someone could have gave you or hooked you up with this amazing job that's paying you guabs of money, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Many of things that could have happened to make this person be like, oh my God, you're my friend for life. Like, you know what I'm saying? But again, those are conditions that have occurred to allow you to get to that stage in life between the two of y'all and whatever ship that y'all are on, whether it's a cruise ship or a canoe. Right? So for me, I need to know you for at least a year. Second, we have to have things in common. Like, I would hope that you and your friend have things in common. There's commonality established between the two of you, right? 3, not only do we need to have commonality between the two of us, but we need to have a mental space or a mental connection where we look at each other, we know what it is, right? The vibes are always vibing, no matter what. Arguments are so far and few in between, probably not even heard of, because our mental are so on the same wavelength that we don't even have those kind of scenarios happen in our relationship, right? Because we're so in sync. Do arguments happen in friendships? Yeah, I've been in a couple of them. Do I still call these people my friends? Yeah. Those have happened in my life when you come into a roadblock where you thought the person was going to be one way and they ended up being this way, or you thought the scenario was going to be this way and ended up being this way, or whatever. And so you have that disagreement, you have that debate, you talk it out, you figure out how the two of you can come to a common standing, and then you move on and you're still friends, right? That's possible. Human interaction makes that possible, right? But at the same time, how big are these arguments that you're having with these people and still trying to be their friend? Mine aren't that huge. Right? Because there's a reason why I'm calling you friend. Not only do we have the commonality, not only, are we mentally, on the same wavelength, but I don't hate or shout hate at someone I claim to love. That's not love. That's not friendship to me. Right? To me. Okay? And if within that year, we haven't figured out each other well enough so that we're having these kind of arguments, then that just means we need to dive deeper into who we are as people and to connect more, right? If we're meeting someone over a video game and that's the only thing that we're doing is video game, oh, this is my bestie, you're limited to getting to know that person and that person getting to know you, because all y'all are doing is playing video games. Y'all haven't been to the club, you know. Would you jump in a fight to help your friend if he's getting beat up? Like, those are kind of scenarios that you either A, talk about to figure it out with each other, or B, y'all been in that particular situation, right? Because all that is important. I would hope that if I'm in a club with, you know, a couple of my peoples and I get jumped, that they, you know, go to bat for me, you know what I'm saying? That just would make sense. I will hope that if I'm having a friendship with someone and I'm in a relationship with said person, that my friend wouldn't go ahead and mess with this person that I'm in a relationship with. I would think that that would be important to them, that they wouldn't hurt me that way, right? Or, you know, if I'm vying for a job and we work in the same building and I'm looking to get this promotion, I would hope that if my friend is considering going for the same promotion because there's only one position, that they would at least tell me. Or if not even go for it, but at least tell me, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I feel like friends should do for each other so that the friendship is established and understood, right? Friendships are definitely not unconditional. They should definitely have conditions. Every person that comes in your life should have conditions on being and remaining there. Because if things are unconditional, then that means that this person can treat you however they want to treat you, put you in whatever scenario, and you're just going to have to deal with it because their connection with you is unconditional. No, that's not how it should be, right? And so I'm asking you guys, do you have conditions on your friendships? Know each other for at least a year or some change. I would even give you 6 months, but I would say at least a year, right? Have certain commonalities with each other, be on the same mental wavelength, you know, travel with each other, be in different scenarios with each other, go on double dates, you know, go out, party, you know, go to the club with one another, go to organizations or events with one another. Establish if outside of how y'all met, can y'all further the friendship? Those are very important things to do, right? And so everyone out there that's looking at me that feels that they want to call me friend, have we known each other for more than a year? Do we hang out on a regular basis? Do we even talk on the phone? Do we even text each other? Do we have commonality with each other? You know? Like, why are we calling each other friends? And I think a lot of the times people get that misconstrued or misunderstood on what that should mean for them and how that could, you know, assist them in life, right? Finding that right friend, that cool core person that has your back through it all. I think that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, because no, I don't call everyone friend. And there are some people out there that call me friend. And yeah, I don't consider that to be friend. One thing for one, like, non-negotiable outside of, you know, commonality, mental wavelength, knowing each other for more than a year, is communication, right? Showing care and concern, right? Giving benefit of the doubt, right? There are people that will call me friend and I don't hear from them at all, right? At all. I'll reach out, they don't reach out back. You know, I try to hang out, they don't want to hang out back. You know, those particular situations are a dud for me. I'm not okay with that. You know, calling someone brother, calling someone sister, and there's no communication, or communication is one-sided. That's not okay for me. I'm a person that has daddy issues. I don't like people feeling like they can walk in and out of my life without me having any say or any control. When they want to be bothered, they're bothered. When they don't want to be bothered, they're not bothered. I don't need those kinds of friendships. I don't need those kind of relationships, period. Ooh, I got so much to talk about when it comes to relationships. So much. But anyways, let me know what you feel or how you feel about unconditional friendships, if you have unconditional friendships, or do your friendships come with conditions lined up? Leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel. Deuces.